Welcome to the Absite Smackdown podcast. We'll talk clinical scenarios, interesting Absite facts, and interesting general surgery knowledge. Now, let's get to it.
Hi, welcome back. It's Jessica, the content editor for Daily Absite Facts. I am here with the author of the known book, Absite Smackdown Review Course, Dr. David Cashmere.
Hey Jessica, it's good to be with you to talk about Absite Smackdown again and some of the content related to the Absite.
Yeah, but today is a very, very big day.
You know, it is. This is the yearly retirement party for the previous version of the book, Absite Smackdown, and this is the day where Absite Smackdown version 2.0 comes out, the upgrade.
Yeah, big upgrade. So people may not know why we did a version 2. And we definitely have a view from the publisher side, but what made you as the author want to do a second version?
Well, we wanted to do the best product we can, and to do that, we kind of iterate based on feedback from the users. I think of what I would want as a resident, and that's a lot of how it got started. You know, that was a great Absite review course that we didn't have to travel for, an Absite review book that was all the classic content, and we wanted it to be really accessible. So we did that, and then version 2.0 was always something we were going to do. In fact, we're going to keep improving it. So we got everybody's feedback, and they said, hey, we would really love to have this instead of this, and this instead of this. And we filtered it all through, and a bunch of my colleagues wanted to participate this round. And here we are with the upgrade, version 2.0.
Yeah, I mean, not only is it upgraded, it's bigger font, because that was some of the feedback that we got, that they wanted it to be bigger to take notes. You have some amazing new authors that contributed to the book, and the illustrations, wow. So that was just a huge thing. Who did you have do those illustrations for you? They look great. They really add to the content.
Yeah, a colleague of mine really wanted to do the illustrations, and she hasn't really done that much in terms of medical illustration before, and she knocked this out of the park. So she's a kind of a healthcare colleague. She didn't want her name put out beside all of them, so I won't give that up, but the bottom line is thanks to her, because they're awesome. And you mentioned the font change. You know, originally for the first round, everybody wanted a smaller book with lots of space to write.
Right.
And a small font we thought was going to be great. The feedback from it was, no, we want a bigger font. We still want room for notes. We're happy to carry a bigger book. So that's what we did this time. Right. And just one more improvement.
Yeah, you learn as you go. You think that people want a certain size because you're trying to make it convenient, and then you realize there's some things that you want more than convenience. So it's a beautiful book. It's so statuesque. That's the word I would use for it.
Well, that's nice.
I'm excited about the release.
Yeah, that's nice. And, the cover art and everything this time, it's kind of an adventure every time. And the first thing you want to do is make sure it has the content people need in a way they can get it and learn surgery. I mean, that's the whole point. But then after that, there are all these little things to tweak. And it's been a great kind of adventure. And thanks to you guys and the publishing company for getting it there and executing the vision and now making it even better. I mean, I thought it was great that you could have an entire review course that you didn't need to travel for, because normally they're like $700 or more, and your time and a plane ticket. And to even eliminate that was fantastic. But to eliminate that with a book that follows the review course or vice versa has just been great to see. And the feedback from people getting in touch with me saying that it's been so useful to them, that's really the most fulfilling part.
Right. I mean, it gives the people the option to do it on their time. Like you said, you're not traveling, you're not taking off from school, from work, hotels, flights, just the cost of the ticket. You have this all at the convenience of when you want to do it, when you want to study. Your time is so limited as a resident, and why wouldn't you buy this?
The Absite Smackdown podcast. Visit the Smackdown at absitesmackdown.com.
Well, there are people who, anything new in surgery is always met with, well, this is new and we're not sure yet. That's how it was with some of the original Absite review books that came out. And it's just a natural history of stuff. It's probably protective because you want to be sure that the content is there and everything that people need to learn is there. So it's typical that surgery is a bit slow to adopt in some respects. okay? At least in my experience. But what's been really cool about this is as people discover it, they send me, photos of their feet at the pool, and they say, hey, thanks for doing this. Photos of feet at the pool, Absite Smackdown, video course up on the computer. And that's been really cool to see because it allows them to make the best use of their time outside the hospital, get a great review, and not have to travel. So that's the whole point.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw in one of the feeds a tag on the Absite Smackdown, and it was a girl at the beach, and that was her study material while she was at the beach getting some sun.
Nothing wrong with that. And, to just share, you've been doing that podcast and having me help make some of those podcasts. That's been fantastic, too, because it's just another way to get the information out there in a portable way that lets people explore the content, learn about what helps them do better on the Absite, and they can do it in a portable form for those, times where they're luckily outside the hospital. It's been great to see.
I don't think people realize, besides just the book and the video course, there's a whole website that has helpful tips. We have our podcast on there. We have a blog. There's links for things to buy to help with studying. Just tons of free information that's helpful and just adds to the course. It's like building a community, and I don't think people are aware of that.
Well, like you said, it's building over time, and that's exactly why we do this, just to let people know that this exists. That's all free. And like you said, it really focuses on things that help you do better on the Absite and different facts. What's been really cool is you guys have posted some review sections from the book, including the video lectures,
right,
and a transcript and an ebook. So certain select sections to give people a flavor for what this is and how it can help. And like you said, the goal over time is to build a community who are really focused on, doing well, learning this stuff in the easiest, friendliest way possible that allows ongoing review, and it's been great to see. So yeah, all that stuff's there on AbsiteSmackdown.com. You guys have done a nice job with it.
Hi, it's Jessica, host of Absite Smackdown podcast. Follow the hashtag Project Smackdown team on LinkedIn, Insta, and Facebook. On LinkedIn, check out our page, Absite Smackdown. On Facebook, we're at Absite Smackdown. And follow us on Insta for a new Absite fact and photo every day, where we're at daily.absite.fact. Hashtag Absite Smackdown.
Well, besides finding our podcast out there, we have blogs. Again, like Dr. David said, we put an ebook, some free review sections of the book. You can find that all on AbsiteSmackdown.com. And again, version 2.0, it releases today. It's a big deal. It's going to release on Amazon. Where else can you get the book?
You can get it through AbsiteSmackdown.com. I know you guys have posted it on there. And that's, if it's not live, it will be soon. So those are the two main ways to get it. You can contact, I think you all said that they can contact you via email.
That is correct.
And also order that way, and that's a direct shipment. But probably the easiest way is through Amazon. There are some resale bookstores too online that are buying it. They'll purchase a bunch of copies and then they'll put it out there. That usually happens about 5 or 6 months in. So if those aren't done already, they will be. There'll be lots of buying options. And you also mentioned before, and I think we should say it now, they can link to the social media feeds like daily.absite.fact. They can link to the Facebook page, Absite Smackdown, the LinkedIn company page, Absite Smackdown, and that'll provide them with a lot of free content. That's another way to get a lot of the same stuff and not have to pay for the book. It's by no means everything, but it's some stuff that kind of gives them a daily review right in the social media that they're using anyway. So that's just another way to get some of the content.
I mean, yeah, we're on Insta, we're on Twitter, and it's kind of like a word of the day, but it's our Absite fact of the day.
Yeah.
Get your education.
Yeah, and of course, so they pop up on my stuff too, and every day when I see what you guys have put out, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I remember that's one of the classification schemes for, aortic dissection or whatever it may be. That's just what it was recently. Yeah. So it's even been useful for me, and I really hope everybody else finds it's just as useful.
Yeah, just a little review right there for you.
Yeah.
So I did want to just kind of circle back to Amazon really quick. One of the reasons I love that it sells through Amazon is because of the reviews, and I think that was super helpful just to us at the publishing company when we did look at putting version 2.0 at, to take those notes and all the positive reinforcement and put an even better product out, just to improve on something that was already great. And so, Amazon, being able to use them has been super helpful, and I'm so excited that it's launching today and everyone can go there and buy their copy. And
well, I think it's great that you guys read all the reviews and took that into consideration for the second version. And I know your plan is to keep doing that. I know you didn't respond to every single thing, because some of the reviews, one person loved this and one person didn't.
Right.
So I know that you went through kind of all of them and said, this is really valuable, this is not as valuable. I remember, for example, the first edition, the plan was to have the photos and teaching photos and cartoons and other illustrations in the lectures, and they were.
Right.
But people seemed to want book-specific ones.
Right.
And so I know that was a huge update for this version. And again, I compliment you guys, because you took everybody's feedback and you let them explore the content, gathered their feedback, and now have really made changes.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great product. It was a great product to begin with, and it's even better, 2.0.
Yeah, it's just been so amazing to see the response to it, and I couldn't believe how well it did for a new book, and now to see it doing even better and have this version is just really exciting. It's been very fulfilling.
Well, I'm pretty excited because our next podcast, when we come back, it will be after the book is released. We'll see how it's doing, the feedback that we have. But today we just get to celebrate, spend the day patting ourselves on the back for an amazing product, an amazing launch, and just enjoying it. But remember, guys, please go to absitesmackdown.com. Get your free review material, see what we have to offer, see what you're missing out on that just adds to the course, adds to the book, helps develop the community, gives you helpful links. I mean, you're missing out if you don't do it. So, Dr. David, thank you so much for meeting us today. I know it's a big day. You have a lot going on. The fact that you took time out to come do this, I appreciate you so much.
Well, Jessica, you guys have been great about it, and it's kind of fun. Someone on the team mentioned this is like the hopefully yearly retirement party for the previous edition. I think that's a great way to think of it. And the old one gets to retire, go out to pasture, and the new one comes out and it's just so spry and fresh.
Yeah.
And it's adjusted. And I think this is it's going to be great. When you guys sent me the advanced copy, I couldn't believe how good it looked. The first one I thought looked great. This one I said super useful. And I really wish I had this when I was a resident. So I think that's the best criteria, the best criterion you can have is, boy, I wish I had this thing. Right. So thanks again. Thanks for having me on.
No problem. Again, follow us on absitesmackdown.com. Follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Insta. Thanks. Have a great night.
Have a great day.
Thanks for listening to the Absite Smackdown podcast. Visit us at absitesmackdown.com for more great Absite facts.